Over the past 40 years, if you wanted a luxury 4x4, there was only one car to go to. The Land Rover Range Rover. And this week, we're lucky enough to get the hands on this. Second generation, P38A was the code. And I've got the owner, Jake, and myself are going to take this on the road, off-road, and into the field to see how good or not this at much hated at times second generation P38 is today in 2024. Welcome everyone to this week's Fast and Fun. So Jake, tell me a bit about the car.
Yes, it's a 2002, very early model Range Rover P38.
Sorry, 2002. So I thought they stopped production in late 01. So this is
so January it's registered.
This is January 02.
Yeah,
right.
January
Okay. 02. Yeah. Okay. So one of the very, very last ones.
It is indeed. Yeah. So it's 4-litre V8 HSE.
Right. Okay.
Engine and drivetrain have been swapped recently. So it's on 90k. So the last one blew up, which is
right.
Great.
So the chassis is on what?
208,000.
208,000. Yes. The engine gearbox is on
90, just over.
Just over 90,000. Yeah. Okay. Okay. And how long have you owned it?
About a week. Which is so very early days in ownership. Nothing's gone wrong so far.
So, Jake, I know your previous car.
Yeah.
Mark 5 Golf GTI.
It was, yeah.
Part of the Fast and Fun group, really.
It is.
When I said to Jake a few months ago, you need to crack the V8 piece, I was thinking E92, I was thinking RS4 or C63. You've bought a potentially financial ruinous P38, the most unreliable of them all. And that's saying something with Range Rovers. So, Jake, how much do you pay for this?
£1,400. Yeah.
£1,400?
Very cheap, very cheap.
So, on Auto Trader, like I always do, I always look at values and I put in, I know Auto Trader, our selling price, they tend to be quite strong, but I think there's 37 P38s on Auto Trader as of me checking. And the cheapest one was £1,500, a non-runner, it was spares and repairs. And largely, the bottom of the market seemed to be somewhere between 2,000 and 3,000. So, Jake, tell me the long list of things that's wrong with this.
Driver's side window regulator.
Right. And?
That's it.
It can't be.
Yep.
It can't be.
That's all that's wrong with it.
These cars have lists that are long, very long. So are you telling me that all the electrics are working?
Yep. Sunroof works, everything works.
What about, because electrics and air ride were the two real weaknesses of the P38. Air ride?
No, it's been converted to springs, so the previous owner swapped
springs
it.
In standard springs and dampers?
Yeah.
Okay, so, and you've paid, how much again? £1,400?
Yeah, that's it.
Wow. Incredible. The P38 did come out as petrol and it was a Rover V8. There's a 4-litre and the 4.6.
Yeah,
I think the 4-litre is about 190 brake horsepower.
Yeah.
The 4.6 was 230-ish brake horsepower. The one, I think, sort of to avoid was the BMW-derived 2.5-litre turbo diesel. Nothing against the engine itself, but it's a big, heavy beast. There's 2 ton of Range Rover, and it did struggle, really. So, and it came in various specs, from base, SE, HSE, which this one is, and then the top of the range Vogue, and then, as Range Rover always do, a whole host of special editions. So, gearbox on this, 4-speed.
4-speed auto, yeah.
Auto, ZF I think it is as well. And this wasn't a revamped car, it was almost a evolution of the classic Range Rover, the first generation. Whereas when this one went out and was replaced by the later 322, that was a complete new car from ground upwards. So, can't wait to take it out on the road. But first of all, we've got to go around this car, Jake, because I want to see what you get, truthfully, for a £1,400 Range Rover, other than an empty bank account.
Yeah.
So the first thing to say, I think, about the P38, there is absolutely no mistaking the silhouette of the P38. It is a Range Rover, it is a box on wheels, it's that iconic shape that actually hasn't changed much at all in what I think we're on the 5th generation now of Range Rover. Black is never the best colour, although it's just started to speck with rain, which will actually help the swirl marks, but largely, yes, there's a few paint blemishes, a few light marks, etc. One thing, Jake, that this is not showing is I can't find any rust on the car.
No.
Check the rear arches. Very it's incredible. We even got under the car and I had a look at the chassis rails and things like that, and it's really, really clean. Love the fact headlights here with wipers for the headlights, very 80s and 90s. Love the way that that's been done, and you can see, Jake, some bumper, the plastics, the rubber elements, they're the ones that look like they've took a bit of an abuse over the years, but it's still in pretty good condition. If we go down the side of the car, tyres, Jake, what are these?
Lovely unbranded
Catch Power tyres. Wow. And you've talked about you're thinking about putting new tyres on here?
It might go all-terrains, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
More off-road capability.
Yeah, because we are going to try to get it into the field. It's been, we'll do that later. We'll take it on the road first. But those tyres aren't great. So we'll see what they are like in the field. Let's hope we don't get it stuck. Otherwise, I'll have to get the tractor out. Down the side of the car, again, it's pretty clean. There's paint and around the sort of door handles and things like this, and paint flake there. It's mostly the rubber and plastic trim parts, to tell you the truth. And again here, just on the rear, around the rear mud guard. But it ain't bad. You've got to think this is a £1,400 car. At the back, it comes with a tow bar for the versatility of towing as well. And then if we take a look at the, I'm going where my Range Rover is. It's a button to lift, split, folding tailgate, reminiscent of all Range Rovers. Absolutely love that. It's versatile, it's large. Why, Jake, 19-year-old lad, why do you need something this big, this much space?
Oh, just love the space. Do a little bit of shooting now and again, so it's going to be hopefully come in use for that.
Ah, okay,
but,
okay. Well, yeah, perched here on the back for sure.
Yeah.
The one thing I'm just starting to see at the top, though, which we're going to have to talk about, Jake, is what is going on with the headlining.
Wow. Bought it like that, so that wasn't my doing. But,
this looks like some 1970s porn set. It's almost sheepskin rug-like. So what are you going to do? Are you going to leave it on? Are you going to rip it off?
I'm going to leave it, yeah.
Because you're concerned if you rip it off,
it's going to be quite bad.
It could be a real mess. This sort of age now, because it's, 23 years old now, 22, 23 years old, the risk there is that you do get headlining, sag and all that sort of stuff. But let's have a quick look in the back, because at the leather, it's a sort of a sand colour, and plush as well, and it doesn't look bad at all for 200,000+ miles on this car. And again, just keep reminding yourself what Jake has paid for this car. Unbelievable. I can't wait. And then in the driver's side, we'll just take a very, very quick look. Okay, yeah. The quirks of a cheaper Range Rover. Again, driver's seat. Yep, a couple of wear marks here. Quite a bit of cracking. Not as bad as I thought for the mileage, to tell you the truth. And then if you look at the dash, again, for its period, 90s car, in keeping with the period, lots of physical buttons there. And we'll go through all these options, the electric windows, high and low ratios on the gearbox as well. It looks in remarkably good nick as well. Okay, can we have a quick look at the V8?
Of course we can.
See if Jake can open the pop the bonnet. And there we go, a 4 litre Rover V8. And yeah, look at that beast. Absolutely packed in there. Now, exhaust-wise, Jake, this does, when you pulled up on the drive, it does sound quite fruity.
It is straight from the cat's back. So it still has its cats.
Yes, okay.
But apart from that, there's not a lot.
There's not a lot in there.
No.
It does sound very V8ish, which is absolutely great. Do you know what? And it's a bit of fun. And is it dropping much oil at all? Coolant, anything? Have you noticed?
Level's all right.
Yeah, okay. And this first week of ownership, you're just trying to get to know the car. Fingers crossed, everything stays okay. But we'll test it out this afternoon. Right, Jake, I think it's time you and I took it for a drive.
Let's do it.
Okay, so in this last of the line P38A Range Rover, key in hand, let's see what it starts like. Low screen wash. If that's the only issue, oh hang on, window not set, right hand window not set, left hand window not set, rear window not set, left rear window not set, sunroof not set, EAS manual.
Yeah, we just ignore them.
Oh, we ignore them. Right, 208,000 miles. Oh, starts on the button first time. So, ABS is on, but you say that...
after about 5 metres it drops off.
Okay, all right, that's absolutely fine. A little bit of wood in here, nothing too excessive. So you've got high ratio, and you can drop it down into your lower gears should you need to for things like towing, and we can flick it across into low ratio, and you've got it looks like hill climb and hill descent in there as well, ratios. A little bit of pixel issues with the temperature control, but
there is.
if that's all your electric windows to here. Sunroof is, where was the sunroof?
This one?
That's the sunroof. We're not going to do that because it's just started to rain slightly, but the sunroof apparently works fully. So let's take it out, and you'll join us in a few miles on some better roads. Here we go.